good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you're watching me from. Hello, everyone. So, as I was saying, today is actually the 28th day of April 2025. The year is actually coming to an end. Wonderful. How have you been? How have you been? How has your day been? How's your parenting journey been? I hope you have been having an amazing time. You have had some wins, you have had some achievements. Even though you have had some downtime, don't be too hard on yourself. You can always stand up from where you are and improve on yourself. Today we're going to be talking about something very interesting, a very amazing topic. I'm so excited for today's topic. And we're going to be talking about juggling the balls as parents. That's how do you combine every aspect of your life as a parent. You're not just a parent, you're either a father, a mother, you are probably a career person, you have a business, you're a wife, you're a husband or a husband. So there are different areas of our lives, and as parents, the different aspects of our life calls for attention on a daily basis, and we have a lot of things to do. And sometimes this can be very overwhelming. Sometimes we feel that we are falling short and we're not meeting up to our expectations. But the truth is that regardless of our emotional life, aspect of our lives, social aspect of our life, the spiritual aspect of our life, financial aspect of our life, motherhood, fatherhood, the truth is that there should be a way we can put all these things together, all these aspects, and become better parents. So you might be asking yourself a lot of questions. So, are you asking yourself a lot of questions that have to do with, can I really find balance? Is there really a thing called balance? We're going to talk about that in this conversation. How do I juggle the different aspects of my life? You are in the right place today. It's good that you're part of this conversation because I believe you're going to find answers, you're going to receive strategies, and you're going to receive various ways that you'll be able to put together the various aspects of your life and you come out with your achievements. So quickly, I'm going to go into the profile of our guest today. Now, I'm going to read out her profile and I'm going to bring her live on the stream. So she's a Kingdom Principles Centered teacher who is passionate about the publishing of the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ. She is the missions director at the Bridge Church International. She is the host of the Yielded Life podcast on YouTube. She's a social worker by profession with fieldwork experience of over a decade. Wonderful. She's married to her beloved husband, and they are raising three distinct individuals by the kingdom standard. So join me today as I bring on the stream Pastor Joey Bekewei, the lead woman.
Hey!
Let us roll it, roll the drums. We're welcome, you're welcome.
Thank you so much,
Welcome, welcome,
ma'am.
welcome.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Yes,
you.
but
I
it's a
can hear
little
you.
bit faint. I can hear you, but it's a little bit
Okay.
faint.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, yes. Maybe if the volume
Uh,
can go up a little, I think I will appreciate that.
okay, let me do so. I'm trying to. Okay, can you hear me? Am I audible enough?
Okay, I wish it can be better, but I think we can do with this to some extent.
Oh my goodness. Wow. My mic is not here, so I have to manage for now. I usually have a mic that I
Is that
use.
good? Can we those of us that are with us on the stream, can you hear our guest? Let's get
Yes.
confirmation from you. If you can hear her, can you drop it on the comment so I can see, please? If you can hear me, you can hear her clearly. Can you drop it on the comment, please? So that I can know, please. Can we drop it on the comments? If you can hear us, can you drop it on the comments? I'm waiting for comments, please. I'm waiting for I'm waiting for confirmation. Okay, I can hear you, ma. Okay, they can hear us. So I think we're good. I think we're good. We can go on. So welcome, welcome. Oh, she's gone off. Hopefully we should expect her soon. She's gone off. She's gone off. I believe we're gonna expect her soon. Okay, she's back. Let me put her back on the stream.
Um, okay, I'm back. Can you
Okay.
hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. Pastor Joe Bekewei, welcome to SOP, School of Parenting Online Conversation. I'm so excited you're here today.
It's a huge
It's,
privilege,
it's,
a
it's going to be an
very huge
amazing time.
privilege. Thank you, Ma. Thank you, ma'am.
Wonderful. You're welcome. So we're going to go straight into the conversation. I'm very expectant for this conversation because it promises to be a very interesting one. And I pray that we'll be able to do a lot with the time we have. Yes, it's going to be a
Yeah.
very interesting conversation because I believe it's a conversation that every parent wants to listen to because as parents, we
Mm.
tend to, I don't use the word maybe struggle, we tend to find it difficult to do a lot of things and put the different aspects of our lives together and make sense out of it. So it's going to be an amazing conversation. So let me begin to shoot you with some questions. Okay, so reading your profile, we already know that you're a very busy woman.
Hey, God.
Yes, it
Jesus.
already shows that you're a career woman, you are a pastor, you are a wife, you are a mother, you do a lot of
Ah,
things, you have the
I
like podcast on
do.
YouTube. I know it takes a lot
I
to do that.
do.
It already shows that you are busy. So,
I
what
do. I
is your
am.
typical day like as a parent? What's your typical day like? And how do you juggle everything and make sure that things are in
Ah,
place?
okay. My typical day is busy. ah, like as I speak with you, when I'm done with this podcast, I have things to do before tomorrow.
Wow.
And okay, one of them, I personally wash some of my things. I dry clean. I have a home assistant, but when it comes to my things, I don't give her to wash. And so I
Okay.
have clothes to wash, the ones I go to the gym with, the ones I do everything with. When I'm done with this podcast, they're waiting for me to go and get that done. And I have to prep food for tomorrow morning. I wake up almost every day 4 a.m. Sometimes I'll leave myself to say I've been asleep till 5 a.m. So I wake up every day that way. So let me use today. I woke up I decided to wake up 5 a.m. I started today very interesting. I have a group in church that I lead. I have a live group. And so we have a prayer that we have every week. So we call it
Yeah.
Command Your Week. So we start our week Monday 12 a.m. Monday 12 a.m. to 12:30. We'll literally
Okay.
decree upon our week. So I started my day today really from 12 a.m. And so after that, I woke up, I went to prep for school, took the children to school, hit the gym, came back to attend to my husband who wasn't feeling so well. He caught a sinus infection. And after
Wow.
that, I freshened
Sorry.
up, caught a little sleep. Then thank God my husband is around, so he helped me to go pick the children back. And I have to prep food when they are back. And this is admit church work. I have deadlines to meet. I have reports. I have all of that. So I have a full day complete. Like my day is always, but what I do with my life is scheduling. I schedule a lot. I
Mm,
ensure that I'm not overwhelmed. I know that sometimes I get to that place where it will feel like some balls are dropping, and it is okay as
yeah.
parents sometimes. It will feel like, okay, I didn't get this as much as I got it the last time. So it is fine, but always know that you must follow your schedule closely. See, I am so regimented that I know that if I don't follow my regimen, a lot of things will drop. So I'm very regimented. I follow my system. I work by system. I function by my systems and my schedules. So that is how I am able to attend to my typical day and come off with the progressive report results that I get to see every time. So, like for my podcast, I schedule my shoots. I schedule. I take time to write out my topics. After that, I schedule the shoots with the guys that will come and shoot. I follow up on how the production is going, corrections, yeah, all of that, all of that. Then I am a missions director at my church. That is even the bigger one I do, the biggest one I do, and that is closed. Right now, we're having a major meeting in church that it's on my table. And so it is a lot to, but schedule, really. I schedule my day.
That's a lot. So that's a lot. And you can imagine your day starting at 12 a.m. I can imagine most of the parents watching right now and those that will still watch, their day
Yeah.
starts almost the same time because
Yes,
you have
really.
a lot to do, especially parents. So most times it's
Yes.
like you don't even sleep enough. Sometimes I
No.
wonder how we do it. You're not sleeping enough. It's like you are checking on your
Um,
children. You're sleeping with one eye
yes.
closed. Any
Because
noise,
after
you're
you
awake.
finish
And like,
your
what?
meeting, yeah, after you finish your meeting, you go check on the kids, like, okay, what did they do? How did they do it? How are they sleeping? Because I have my kids are grown. My last child is 7, but I still check on how they sleep because I know they sleep. They have separate beds. And sometimes I'll go to the room and see that they all slept in one bed. And I'm like, I one day I woke up at about 2 a.m. I saw my last child. She left her room and went to the parlor to sleep. I had to wake up, like, what are you doing here? How did you get here from your room? So all of that. It's a
It's
lot.
a
So
lot. It's a lot.
uh,
That's why parenting is actually hard work. It's
it is,
not
it is.
it's not a joke. Parenting is not a joke. And when people are ready to, I ask people a question: why did you become a parent? You must have a reason. Because what you are getting yourself
Uh,
into is not a joke.
it's
Parenting is
not.
not a joke. It's not. We don't have children because we want to prove a point. We don't have children
Yes,
because it
that
looks
I
like
can.
society expects you to have a child because you are married. It's a huge
Mm.
responsibility. But you know the good thing about it is that when God gives you a child, He gives you the ability to be able to raise
To
the
raise
child.
the child.
But most
Yes.
times we feel that we have to raise children in our own strength, but we know that our
Oh,
strength we cannot really do anything because
it has
responsibility is
never been
huge.
at
It's
all.
a
It has
lot.
never been by
It's
power
a lot.
nor by might, honestly. It has never been. Like, it was the first thing I said I was going to emphasize. Look at the way I showed up. I showed up with full makeup. I did my makeup, and because and a lot of people look at me most of the time, even in church. Mothers come to me. I'm like, "Also, Joey, how do you do it? You always show up ready. You always show up like, how do you do it?" And I had to. There were things I taught myself early, and so because of that, I there are standards I can't go below as a parent. So it has never been by power nor by might. It is by the Spirit of God, by the Spirit of God, to be able to, you know, get yourself to do something this morning. And I just thought about all that I had to do, and I had not really rested well.
Mm.
And the Spirit of God told me, take it one step at a time. First step, go and do prayer with your family, our normal 5 a.m. prayers. We did that, then prepared the children for school. Then before we talk about the gym and all they are going to put you through, because all through last week I didn't go. So it was a lot. And before we talk about how the rest of the day we go, just take it one step at a time. And it was so encouraging just listening to the Holy Ghost help me get up from my bed, even with that state that I was.
That's so nice.
Mm.
That's so nice. I think that's one thing parents need to learn to do. It's one step at a time. Most times we
Yes.
tend to want to beat ourselves down or become too hard on ourselves. Like we feel that
Yes.
we are not doing anything. But the truth is, like,
That's because
look
we're
at
thinking about a lot. You are not looking at you. I learned this. I had to allow the Holy Spirit teach me this. Honestly, I am someone that is goal oriented. I'm a goal oriented person. So I always look at big picture. I am a big picture person. And so if you're that kind of a person, you're always looking at how the things are not coming together yet, how they are not working the way they are supposed to work, how they are not based on your vision, how it's not looking like it yet. No, one
mm,
step at a time, one achievement per time. one goal
Very
achieved per time, one milestone achieved per time, one stride taken per time. And so, if you look at it that way, if you can take it one step at a time, you give your very best per time, here and now. So, when I'm prepping my children for school, I give myself there. I don't try to think of the things I'm supposed to do that I cannot do yet. And I see a lot of
mm,
people do that. You are processing the other things. As women, we are very peripheral in our thinking. And once we are thinking about the other things, what can I need to pick this, I need to do this, I need to do that. You're not giving your best here and now. You're not giving your best here and
true.
now. And so it's very important. You must be present, have presence of mind, have the mind to do this one, do it well. You move on. Like when I went to the gym today, I gave it my very best. When I came back home, I was jokingly talking with my husband, like, I came back and I've not entered the house because while I came back, I had to prepare, I had to cook. I had to cook for him. I had to make pepper soup and all that. I just came back from the gym. I did that. Ensured he was fine. Before I even talk about my own food, though. And this was to 12. That was when I took my first meal. Yeah. And when I did that, I freshened up and I told him, I said, I want to sleep. In fact, there was a call that came. He least answered it and told the person that please she's sleeping because I really needed it. And so I followed that in every moment. And you were talking about sleeping. You said something about sleeping. Please,
Mm,
I don't know if there is any question like that ahead, but I want to really plead with mothers, especially sleep.
I
Find
agree.
time. Find time to sleep. I don't know how you are going to do it. The beginning of this year, I started a Bible study challenge with my children to read the Bible through this year. And so our schedule was really altered. Like they're coming from school, they're trying to find their balance to know how to read their 4 chapters every day for us to be able to make up for a year, all of that. And I had to stop them from doing lessons so that they can close on time and come home. I found out that I was not resting. When I do every other thing, rather than go and pick them by 4, I lost that time. I'll go and picking them by 1, 2. And I just came back from all the other things. I'm rushing off to pick them back so that and I started lacking sleep and I was losing it. So I have to speak with my husband that please, we have to go back to lesson where I can pick these children by 4. You must sleep,
Mm,
mothers. You must sleep. See, find time
very
to sleep. If not every day, please do it once in 2 days. Find a way to schedule your activity. And please turn off the phone, put it on silence. Nobody will die, nothing will happen. Put it
nobody
on
will die.
silence. Nobody will die, nothing will happen. Put it on silence. Put it far away. Take a me time and sleep. Otherwise, you will be dispensing yourself short. You will be serving from an empty can. Sometimes you'll be serving from reserve. You'll be serving from a struggling place because with even when you don't sleep, your brain is not even functioning well. So how can you even serve the people you are properly supposed to serve? So it's
Mm,
very sleep is too important. I advocate it a lot if I have the opportunity. I say it in church, I say it at the gym, when I meet women, any forum. I tell them, sleep, oh, I don't know, eat and sleep. Sleep, oh, nobody will die. Say, eat very well and sleep. Once in a while, buy yourself malt. Eat and sleep. Put the phone on silence because you are
mm.
taking care of a lot of people, and sometimes nobody is even asking you how you are doing. Like nobody
Very
is
true.
even seeing, nobody is asking you. So you have to be very personal about your self-care. I
Now,
believe I've
now,
said
now, um, now, since we have moved the conversation to the part of, let me. I'm going to jump a lot of questions, and since we're here, I try to go back. Since we're on this part of burnout, Now, the truth
Yeah.
is that
Oh,
a
okay.
lot of parents get experience burnout, and burnout is it goes beyond being tired. Now,
Yes. No.
if both
No.
the fathers and mothers, you are
Yes.
exhausted physically,
Meant.
mentally,
Yes.
emotionally, complete exhaustion, and it can even lead to
Yes.
a lot of things. You can end up being depressed. You can
Yes.
end
You
up just
can. Hmm.
some of us as parents are unnecessarily angry. You find that
Yes.
before you know that goes on your child for breaking a
Yes.
plate. You're wondering,
Yes.
don't you hate yourself? But most
Ah.
times I've gotten to the point of being burnt out. And
Yes.
it's a very critical thing we talk about. And I'm going to say a quote by someone, by Brizard Cade. And it says, choosing me doesn't mean not choosing you. So if I
Exactly.
prioritize myself, it doesn't mean
Yes.
that I won't
I
prioritize
didn't
you.
prioritize you. Yeah.
He said it means that I will not be everything to you and nothing to myself. And that's what we need to get to as parents. You
Yes.
cannot lose it all trying to be
Oh.
everything. You can't lose yourself as a parent. And so the question I'm going to ask Pastor Joey is for those parents that are experiencing burnout now,
Yeah.
what can they do?
Okay. I love that quote from that person, first of all. And I want to liken it to what Christ said. He said we should love our neighbor as we love ourselves. A lot of people have not loved themselves. They are trying to love other people. Do you understand? So you have not chosen yourself. You've not accepted yourself. You have not taken care of yourself. And you are in the place where you're taking care of other people. And this burnout thing, I really empathize with men. Most of them, as mothers, we even have more emotional strength and tenacity than men. You know, some
Mm,
men, out when they're having work pressure, they pour it on their wives and their kids. When they're having, and like you said, they may not be physically tired, but they are mentally drained. They
yeah.
most of the time are not seeing where to go. They can't find the pathway. They are just confused. I will first of all say that it is first a spiritual problem before it is physical. Know that your strength is not just from you alone. You must rely on the Holy Ghost for strength first. We
Mm,
are children of God. You must rely on the Holy Spirit for strength part time. You know, I have been in a situation where I was physically exhausted, I was mentally drained, I was tired, and I had a deadline. I
wow.
needed to meet up with a report. And I literally prayed that precious Holy Spirit carry me, carry me with the wings of your spirit and pass here. When you don't have, you can't find it within you to
Mm,
um, give the energy that is required. You can't
true.
find it from your solical realm. You can't find it from your physical realm. You can't find it. But you know that you are, first of all, spirit. And from your spirit, you can power your soul. From your spirit, you can power your body. You can tell your body what to do. So that is for that. Then also, when you get to that place where you are fatigued and burnout, take a time, move back, stop, stop, stop. This is something I do a lot. Stop. Now you are overwhelmed, you are burnt out. Stop. Because most of the time, it is not the load, it's not the responsibilities that you have that are the issues. It is how
Yeah.
you are carrying it. It is your structuring, it is your positioning, it is your system. So you will pull back and stop and say, okay, what's going on? What's not working? Okay, how can we get this done? And I will plead to a lot of people who have this mindset of, I do the work in my house, I don't have help. No, please, you stop it, please, I beg. Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it. Stop it. I don't have another word. Just stop it. Don't do that thing. Hmm. Don't do it. Oh,
Don't do that
hmm.
thing.
Don't do it. Don't do it at all. Don't do it yourself. Ha! Hey, stop it. You must outsource. Except you don't have, I know a lot of people, they don't have very big dreams, very, maybe your biggest dream is to be this great wife, and it's such a beautiful ministry to be a wife and a mother, and you are the one that make your pap, you are the one that does your baby food, you prepare it yourself, you must be the one that is doing everything yourself. Great if that's what you want. But if you are someone who the Lord has given big dreams to and has made big promises to, you must, by wisdom, outsource. You must know the things that you cannot do, you shouldn't do, you mustn't do. So you must know the ones that are on your plate to be able to schedule it properly. I know that, okay, I have meetings to attend by so and so time, because you must clear your plates so that you can have you make the main thing the main thing. For me, the things that are top priority to me, my work in church, my podcast, those are the things that are there. I have my children, my husband, based on priority. I have spiritual first, I have mental second, and I have emotional, which is family third. So based on these priorities that I have outlined, my spiritual, I put it first, my mental work, I put it, then my relationship. So you must be able to schedule, but you must check your systems. You must check how you have scheduled your work and say, okay, I think I'm giving so much time to this than giving so much time to this. Number one thing you must give time to is rest. Rest, recreation, and renewal. You must do that. You must you must look for things that feed you. When I cook, okay, this is something I do, like an example of my scheduling. I don't cook every week. I cook bulk. I cook 5 soup and a stew, and it takes me for 3 weeks. This is very personal, very private, but I'm sharing it because that is how I do it. And I do it Mondays. So for this month, I think for the first week of this April, I made my meal. I prepared them. This doesn't mean that I cannot pick up jollof rice. I cannot do eggs. I know, but for the major like soup and stew that I need in my house, I prepare them and I keep them. And so, because my husband is someone who loves to eat fresh food. He goes to work and they cook fresh food for them every day. So I have to find a way. It was very hard initially when I got married and I had much younger children. Almost every day I'm in the market. Almost every day I'm in the market because it was not, and it was tough. It was tough. I had to beg him that, please, can we find a way around this? And so we have been able to come up with systems that help us. So for things like that, you get that done because I must prepare my food. I can't give that to someone. And okay, so maybe you can do eat out sometimes, you can hang out sometimes, all those things to help you have time for other things. You cannot be cooking every day. Like then I was cooking twice in a day, 2 times in a day. No, I mean twice a week. Like I will cook twice a week. That was what I was doing then. If I prepare this, we must finish it, cook again. And it was becoming really tiring. Every time I'm in the kitchen, every time I'm cooking, every time I'm washing clothes. So we had to outsource that. So you must, when you are feeling burnt out, check your system. Check the systems you have created and say, okay, I think I'm putting so much energy here and I'm not putting energy in the right place. You must check the things that feed you. Number one thing that feed me is the word of God. I play the Bible a lot. So when I'm cooking, that's what that I cook on Monday, not bulk cooking. I am on trainings, I'm on meeting. My Bluetooth speaker is on with me in the kitchen. I'm playing my Bible. I have a training I'm supposed to attend, a 5-hour training on YouTube, or I have a book, an audio book I need to read. I will go through that. So these are the things that feed me. You must know the things that feed you because burnout is solical. It is not physical. It is out of what is happening in your soul that comes out in your physical experience. So burnout is solical. So when you feed your spirit, your soul gets strengthened. You must read the word. You must Get books that empower you as a woman, as a man, that keeps you going. I there's this book I was reading then. I love that book. It's The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. And I will play that book while I am in this kitchen the entire time. And so when I get out of that place, I come out, I am strengthened in my mind. But also another thing I have done, which I didn't even know I needed, was to start the gym actively this year. I have done it before, but I started actively this year for strength building. Please build your strength. I didn't know I needed it. It's very important to build your strength to be able to deal with unnecessary fatigue. Physically tired all the time. You must deal with that. You must eat well, you must rest well, you must exercise well. So if you've dealt with your solical realm, you have fed yourself with the word, you've fed yourself with inspirational messages, you've built yourself in the with the right mindset, then you must deal with your physical strength, because your body is the only purpose vehicle you have on this earth to carry you. And if you allow it get burnt out, get tired, you can't achieve the things you want to achieve. It's just that simple. It's just that
Oh,
simple.
so much to chew this today. There's so much to chew. As in so much juice in this conversation. You won't believe that
Mm.
I've not even touched up to how many questions. I'm not sure what about the three questions we're supposed to talk about. And there's so
Well,
much.
and you were about 30 minutes.
I'm telling you, and there's so much juice dripping out of the conversation. It's just like you can't see the comment section. The comment section is bubbling with things. People are dropping things, comments, and the rest. Now, the truth is that, like she said, there is no perfect parent anywhere. Don't try to be a perfect
Mm-mm.
parent. And you cannot do things alone. You
At
can't.
all.
There's no super mom or super mom.
Mm-mm.
Definition of super mom or super dad is not that you are doing everything by yourself. Now, there
Yes.
are certain aspects of parenting you cannot outsource, but there are certain
Yeah.
aspects of your life you can actually outsource. And if you can, please do, so that you can have more time for more important things, like she has said.
Yeah.
But one thing we must learn to do is to acknowledge that we are stressed out. If you don't acknowledge, you will not be able to attend to the issue. So you must tell
Yes.
yourself
Yes.
that you are stressed out.
Yes.
Because sometimes we
Yes.
feel that we are superhumans. You are not a
Mm.
superhuman. Sometimes as parents, it looks like we are being used. It's like everybody's using you.
Mm. Yes.
Everybody's asking
And
and
they don't care.
drinking, and nobody's giving back. And they don't care. I don't know if there are
They
parents
don't.
here that feel like that. I used to tell my husband that my preschool, like, all these children are very selfish. Oh. They don't even care if you
Yeah,
are
really.
tired.
They
Mommy,
are.
mommy, that, mommy,
They are.
husband now. God. So we must be deliberate enough to be able to put a stop and call ourselves to order and rest. Next month's conversation, we're going to be talking about burnout. That's going to be conversation of next month. And it's going to be a very sweet conversation. But let's just
Eh,
continue on these ones. Like something you said,
eh.
well, we need to prioritize and we also need to reevaluate our schedules, like you have said.
Check the schedule.
You
Yeah.
cannot be on every platform as a parent. You cannot be on every WhatsApp group, for goodness sake. You cannot follow everybody on social media. And so it looks like you are mandated to respond to messages, you are mandated to
Yeah.
comment. For goodness
Check the
sake,
system.
after this conversation, check your phone. If the groups are not
Mm.
relevant, leave the group, exit. Nobody's going to kill
Let it.
you. And that's the
Nobody will
truth.
die.
If you feel you cannot
Mm.
exit, mute the group. You must not respond. It's not by force now. Because sometimes the things that drain us are very unnecessary things that do not add value to our lives or even our parenting journey. So we must sit down and reevaluate our schedules, reevaluate what is draining your energy. Is it worth it? Prioritize your life is very critical. So, Pastor Joe, I'm going to ask you a question now. How can a parent navigate career goals while being an active parent? How can you navigate your
Oh.
career goals and still be an active parent?
Oh, awesome, awesome. Okay. Um, the thing is, there's no, you can't be a partly parent, partly career woman. They are all full-time job. There's nothing like that. Because Nobody will parent your children for you. Nobody will raise your children for you. And in our society now, we don't even have the excuse anymore to leave it to chance. We don't. We don't, because once you do, you'll be amazed the things that your children will grow up with, and you will be surprised because they will be total strangers. And you'll be like, how did this one enter? Because the enemy must sow tares when you are not observing. And so, as a career person, if you're someone who you have a work and a career path you are building, let's say, for example, you have a goal to be an MD of a bank. I know of an amazing lady, one of my big sisters in this town. She's the manager of a bank and she is actively parenting. I admire her a lot. She owns a lot of businesses. She does a lot. She owns a ministry. She is doing a lot and she's actively parenting. So you don't leave it to chance. You must. Now, this is one thing I choose to do when, after all of my busy day, crazy day, while I work, while I'm doing anything in the house that has to do with house chores. Let's say I decide to go into the kitchen because what I really do is prep food. Yeah. Most of the things are taken care of by either my home assistant or my daughter. And when I'm doing that, I ensure we discuss. That's for parenting because, okay, if you are someone, like I said, your goal is to be an MD of the bank. The truth is, you always close and come home. When you close and come home, your parenting have started. As soon as you enter the house, you must deliberately befriend your children. Ah, you must deliberately befriend your children. Otherwise,
Hmm.
you will not be hearing from them and they are thinking and doing the things that one day they will call you that your children are doing. You'll be shocked. And it is out of your value, out of your standard. So when you close and come home, you must strike up conversations. I listen to my 6 year old like she's discussing something very serious. Like I make sure I make eye contact with her. When she's talking, I'm listening to her like, okay. She was telling me, okay, today she just came home and said that they resumed school today. And she said they have two new learners. I said, two new learners for third term. She said she doesn't know how they brought them to our school. She just told me the girl's name and she's from Edo State. She just started talking and how she and the girl they hit it off really good. And this is parenting. And while you are there, she may say something that will cause you to correct. And I have carried Ken this evening that I'm going to flog them because we use the rod of correction in this house. It drives that foolishness from the eyes of a child and is in the Bible. It's kingdom standard. And so I try as they are growing up. My last is 7, so I don't use the rod as much as I was using it much earlier. We have more of conversations now, but still, when necessary, I bring it out. And so, as a parent, it is a full-time job. You must be involved in their life. Let's say you couldn't make it for your child's recital in school, or they had something they were doing and they really wanted you to be there. Like my daughter said something to me that, mommy, since I started this school, she's in secondary, that you've not really attended any of our major meetings. I said, why? And truly, I haven't. I said, which one? She said it in transport. It was her daddy that came. I was not there. I said, okay, don't worry. Anyone that doing the game, I will ensure that I attend. And she was like, you don't attend our PTA meeting. I said, I will try and attend. Because this is, whether I like it or not, I must create the time. It means a lot to the child. I don't pick her up from school. She goes to school and come back. There are parents who pick their children from school. She sees that. And so if she's asking, mommy, I need your presence in my school, I need you to visit, I need you to come, it is important to her that I do that. So whatever I'm doing, I must create that time. I must create that schedule and say one day, whether she's expecting or not, I will just come. Even though she's supposed to come with the public transport, I will just come and pick her and say, let's go home. And when you do that, you boost their morale. Their self-esteem is built up because parenting is full time. It doesn't
Full-time job.
matter the thing you are doing. You cannot leave it to chance. Nobody will do it for you. And you must, like I said, befriend your children. Depends on the stage they are. You can't befriend much younger children. But if they are growing, they are transitioning from preteens to teenagers. And teenage age is a different ball game. You are telling a child to do something and they are looking at you in the eyes like they are looking at you like this. And you say, if I slap you, they're not afraid of the slapping anymore. Hello, hello. When you get to that stage where I'm using someone's life to learn my own now. I'm looking at her and I'm like, hey, is this poor it is? This child before that they will say, move, they are run. Yeah. You are telling the person looking at you like, come on now. Can we not move past here? Must you be talking like this? I'm not such a child anymore. There's how to talk to somebody, you know. And so when you get to that stage, the approach must be different. You must
Yeah.
change, and you must start being so deliberate to have very genuine open conversations. And I've seen one thing: when you open yourself up to people, they open up to you. So I was telling my daughter how I used to fail maths in school. She was looking at me like this. I don't lie, you. I don't like maths. I used to say that I struggled through Sha. I used to get it once in a while, not get it once in a while. So that I sort of struggled. I said, but you see English, any other subject, but you see maths, me and maths, we used to fight, and they know that about my life. So as a parent, you must be genuine, befriend your children. Never think that they will look down on you, except you don't have values to teach them, except you don't have things that are, because I see a lot of I've observed a lot of parents really struggle with their children. I have observed it. It's painful, but I've observed it because they get to that place where they seem to lose the child. They don't have a grip anymore. But you can't have a grip when they are all grown and they are teenagers and they are rebelling. When you can really get the grip is when they are much younger. Trust is built there, value is built there, friendship is built there. And so when they are growing up, you are course correcting. I told myself as a major goal this year that my children must read the Bible, because I told myself before my daughter turns 13, she must know the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. She must have read it and understand the context so that nobody can deceive her or dissuade her. And if I've done that with all of the training I've been doing, I commend her to God and the word of his grace that is able to build her up and give her an inheritance among they that are sanctified. So as parents, you must befriend your children, befriend them, commune with them, eat with your children, create that time. I do it. Dining time in our house is compulsory. Eat with your children. In that dining time, the things you will hear, you'll be amazed. Because as they are all sitting down there, someone can spill someone's secrets that they are keeping since that you don't know. In that dining, as people are there, someone can say, this person have one friend, this person have this person, because they talk. My children are friends. And so it's very important that you commune with them, eat with them, hang out with them, schedule playtime, schedule outing time, schedule it, because no matter what you're doing, there was a time my daughter would say, Mommy, when are you coming home? Mommy, please come home early today, especially when we have major church meetings and I'm coming late. She'll be like, Mommy, please don't come home late today. Mommy, please. I said, I can't promise you, but I will call you. As I'm in that meeting, I'll be calling you. She'll say, okay, no problem. So it is very important. You must create connection continually. You must.
So much, like I said, so much juice in this conversation, a lot of things. Now, like we're trying to tackle the question of how can navigate career goals and become active. And like you said, there are two, you must be active in both. There are two full-time
Both,
jobs,
yeah.
and it's very important. One thing I would say is, as a parent that has career goals, even business goals, set flexible goals. You must get to the point that you build career or business goal that can adapt to your family needs or need change per time. So
Yes,
everything
sir.
is not cast in stone. There's nothing that is cast in stone. So your goals should be flexible enough. So that sometimes in
Yes,
families
yes.
you go through changes. Your goals should be
Mm.
able to be malleable, to be able to adapt to the family changes you have. Because
I
family
was
is
going
key.
to.
Family is
Mm.
priority. Family is
I was going to
priority.
say something. Yes, I was going to say something. How I got here, because now it seems like I'm doing a lot. There was a time I wasn't doing anything, and so
Mm.
when I got married initially, my husband is a sailor. He goes to work for 3 months and come home for a month. And so while we wanted to get married, I had to make the sacrifice of not working. So I had to um take my family serious, because we are going to have children. They are going to be small. Who is going to be there? Mommy is not here. Daddy is not here. That is not the time to say, oh, I have a target to meet in my office. We are taking a Lagos branch to the next level. So who will raise your children? What will
People for
happen?
you.
And I know how frustrated I used to feel then. Like, oh my God, my entire financial life seemed to be depending on my husband. I didn't like it. It was painful. But I made that sacrifice for my family. And so, like you said, seasons change in marriage. So, as you are growing, the season I am in now, I'm not changing diaper. God, no, I will not even change diaper again, because I have so past there.
That's
I
so
will not try
done.
it
That's
in my
it.
life. Like, I don't envy anybody that is in that place. I will give you wealth of experience and pray with you, hug you, and the Lord will be your strength. But that I am in that, I can't. And you know what it means to just have a child, you have a toddler, and you have a baby. Yes, I've been there. My first year, I had my entire children in within 5 years. So they were just following each other. And it was tough. I know that place. And so when you're in that place, that's not when you are talking about our Lagos branch. Our No, no, no. Someone will raise your children in that place. And it is wrong. It is very
True.
wrong. It is very wrong, because I see a lot of mothers, because of your career goal. Like you said, you must make your dreams flexible. Some of us have some dreams that are unrealistic. You
Very
have
unrealistic.
visions that are unrealistic. You have I never planned to marry a sailor, but when I met the man that suit into God's purpose for my life, there is no way I will now say, because I have this career goal, I can't do this. I did it. Oh, I dropped all those big dreams that I've always wanted to be a media personality. I had the opportunity. I shut it down. There was a time I had the opportunity to go to Abuja. I had to look at my child. How will I leave this child in Warri and go to Abuja? And my husband is not around. My sister-in-law even volunteered that, don't worry, bring her, I will take care of her. I thought about it. I was supposed to leave for Abuja on Monday. My pastor spoke to me and said, Joe, we are, besides, my marriage was even having issues there. He said, you go, you will not come back. Oh, this marriage will scatter. This is just what will happen. And see, I'm so grateful. This was 2014, over 10 years ago. And so you must have realistic dreams. I remember staying back, making that sacrifice, because my I couldn't do that to my child. I couldn't look at her in the face and do that to her. So it's very important that you must have that, like Mama was saying, flexible goals. There are sacrifices to be made for parenting,
Very
because
true.
it is a full-time job. It is a full-time responsibility. God is counting on you. God said about Abraham, and I don't forget this. He said, I know he will command his household after him. Not after God, though. After
Yes,
him,
yes,
because
yes,
God trusts
yes.
that if Abraham household follow Abraham, Abraham household be follow me. So it is
Mm.
important that God trusts Abraham's parenting. Do you understand? Even he only had one child, Isaac and Ishmael, who eventually left. But the men that he raised in his house, the sons that he was raising in his house, God, if you enter Abraham's house, you will serve God, except you did not enter Abraham's house. You will follow his values. So it's very important that you must make that level of commitment to your family. Build goals, build vision, build things that work around it. And of course, your life will not go down. God is your help. God is your help, honestly.
So true.
That is a
So
lot.
true.
See,
You
wow.
you just said something that I always emphasize. Everybody's in a different parenting stage in their life. My
Yeah.
parenting, where I am, my parenting journey is actually different from where you are in your parenting journey. So you can't
Yes.
try to do what somebody else is doing. A parent that has teenagers, what the person can do is different from you that has a toddler. So
Yes.
you should understand what phase are you? What phase are you your
Hmm.
parenting journey? So there are a lot of big dreams you have that you cannot achieve as a toddler parent.
At
It's that
all.
serious. There are certain things
Yes.
that you used to do. And thank you for answering that question about sacrifice. Because I wanted to ask a question that is, have you ever sacrificed or changed your
Ah,
professional life to be? And you have answered the question.
plenty.
Most times as parents,
Plenty.
we don't want to sacrifice. Parenting is all about sacrifice. You must learn to sacrifice. And that is why I see when we say you must balance every area of your life, balance is a myth.
Yes, oh,
Sincerely,
it is.
balance is a myth. There is something you are sacrificing per time as a parent. And we
Yes.
must come to that reality in our journeys. That is the
Mm.
way we're going to achieve full potential depending on the parenting phase you are in.
Yeah.
And it's very critical. You can't mortgage your family for your career. You can't
Yes.
mortgage, I don't know, but you must find where you are and decide what is priority to you per time. And that is it. And you don't judge your parenting journey based on another man's parenting journey. You are not in the
Yes.
same phase, for goodness sake. You are not. You say, oh, see this man now. See what he has achieved. See this woman now. She's just excelling in her dream, in her career and the rest. Maybe her children are already gone to university. She doesn't have anybody in her house. But
She
you have
doesn't.
like three
Mm.
attending to. I want to be flying around the world. Let's go. How now? It's
Big
difficult.
dreams. Ah,
Let's be truthful to
reaching the
ourselves.
end of the
Let's be
earth.
truthful to ourselves. It's so key. And like you were saying, some things just struck me. And I'm going to ask this question: how confident are you of the children you are raising? I
Yes.
keep saying it that every one of us here, we are stewards. You don't own your child. You are entrusted with that life. How confident are you of that child you're raising? Is God clapping and say, I am proud of what you are doing? It's very important. It's very important. You know, this conversation, the way it has just been going, I don't know. But there's a question I want us to handle. When you're talking about sleep, that somebody wrote something that she finds it difficult to sleep most of the time. And another parent wrote that I only sleep at night, 10 to 4 or 5 a.m. I work and I close by 4 p.m. So I can't sleep in the afternoon. Is it that I'm not sleeping well? So
Okay,
let's
no,
see.
no,
Is
no.
that something we
No, if
can,
you
a
can,
parent that can't sleep
yeah.
and the rest?
Okay, so if you are sleeping 10 to 4, you are sleeping well, please. That's enough time. You are sleeping well. I'm talking about those who sleep 1 to 4. I'm talking about those who sleep 2, 4:30, they are up. They are sleeping 2 a.m. and they are waking up 5 a.m. You are not sleeping, you are not resting. And when there was one, I think the first question was talking about another thing, you must learn how to quieten your mind in the place of prayer. Some people go to bed burdened, worried. Somebody can close their eye from 10 to 4 and they didn't sleep
Yes.
because their subconscious is busy. Their subconscious is conversing. Their subconscious is worried. The Bible says, be anxious for nothing, but with prayer and supplications, make your request known. Don't ever negotiate your peace, please. Your peace. I don't know how, don't quarrel. Don't have issues, whether with your husband or anybody in this life. That is negotiating your peace. So that when you go to bed, you will sleep well. If anybody don't have anything in your heart. If anybody offend you, forgive them before they even know sef that they offended you. The forgiveness have happened already, and it happens with spiritual maturity and growth over time. But you know what you must do for yourself is to have calmness of mind. You must calm your mind. So someone can actually even sleep from that 2 to 5 and they were well rested than someone who slept from 10 to 5 with a worried mind. With a worried mind. So when it comes to sleep, I have a friend who was talking about how she can't sleep and she must take drugs to sleep. And I told her, your mind is worried. Your mind is worried. You must learn how to calm your mind and calm your mind in the place of prayer. The Bible says that He giveth His beloved sleep. The Lord will give you sleep when you want it. Let everywhere see when you want to sleep. There was one day, I don't know, I just felt a little, I felt perturbed. I don't know what happened that day. And I just decreed the word. I said, angels, I want to sleep. Any other thing that my hands did not touch, handle it. And I slept, woke up the next day, and I continued. I have no idea what happened, but I trust the presence of God around me and the atmosphere I'm living in. And so you must, like I said, it's never by power nor by might. You must have your ever present help, the Holy Spirit that is helping you go through certain things. So when it comes to sleeping, it is the state of your mind that is more important than your eyes being closed. That is what sleeping is about. So even though you are not sleeping in the afternoon, and the state of your mind from that 10 p.m. till 4 is good, your body is well rested. That's just the most important thing.
True. Peace of mind is
Yes.
non-negotiable. Parents,
Ah,
our new is
ah,
non-negotiable. You
yes.
can't negotiate because when you can't have peace or you're devoid of peace, you can break your physical body, you can break your mind. A lot of things can happen to you when you don't have peace. So peace of mind is non-negotiable. And something that just dropped while you were talking, going back to the point of balancing our career, our dreams, and our parenting. Please, parents, try not. I've seen parents that pull out their children from school for days, for weeks, because they have an
Yes,
event to go to, they have
yes.
a business or something, and you pull out your child from school. You just disrupt the child's academics
They,
because
yes,
you must
yes.
attend this thing. We must be
Wow.
careful because we're modeling a life to our children, and it's so critical. Because sometimes you not tell the child that school is important, and the child is wondering, but you pull me out of school at will. So what are you saying? And minus the other part, what you're doing to that child. So let's be careful. The decisions we make as parents are very critical. They don't just affect us as parents, they affect our children. So it's very important. Now, our time is already, oh God, our time is
Yes.
already gone. And there's so many things we did not talk about. But what we will do now? So, so, so what I'm gonna do now, Pastor Joey, I'm gonna ask you. Okay, let's say I'm not saying the final question, the final question for this edition, because who knows? We're gonna bring it back here. We need to bring it back here.
Oh
So,
my God.
what advice will you give to a new parent that's trying to handle all aspects of our life or his life? They're trying to juggle the balls. What advice would you give to them? Because sometimes
Okay.
people become parents and they're seriously overwhelmed and we look like God.
Yes.
How do I
Yes.
enter this one now?
Ah,
So what advice
okay.
do you have for them?
As well, being a new parent is disruptive. I don't know any other word that describes it. It is actually, there is a lot of joy, but a major disruption just happens to your life. That is just it. And so you wake up to feed this child, their time calendar have changed, your time calendar have changed because maybe the child is awake at night and sleeps in the day. You have all that
Mm,
first to consider. And people do career in the daytime, they don't do career at night. But you have a child whose career is at night, and they are awake. They are sleeping in the daytime. So they have altered your life that way. And God help you if you're not careful. Another one comes immediately. It's a lot to take in. I remember the when I first had my first baby, I looked at her one day and I literally cried. Like, what do you want from me? Like, I have, you have eaten, you have had your bath, there's not, I've been in this house
What
for
look for?
1 week now. I'm not sure I've gone out of that gate. You are just crying. I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I was in that state because it was like you said, baby, children are selfish, really. Children are selfish. Babies are more selfish. In fact, they are the ones that are ruling. You have a new government once a child comes in. They are being ruled, you are being ruled by them. Everything, your finances, they rule it. You attend to babies' needs first. You buy all they
Yes.
need before you talk about, okay, what are we going to eat? So for a new parent who have these big dreams, who have a lot of things that they have considered, but now they have a child, their parents, uh, I would love for both the man and the woman to understand the new state of things, because most times men are seemingly insensitive because they can just get up and go, and the woman can't get up and go like that. Before she can leave the house, you have to ensure baby bag is packed. You have to ensure she can't do that. So, understanding that, okay, we are in a new stage, and be empathic to this woman who probably had dreams. My husband wasn't empathic initially. He wasn't even sensitive at all. It was later when we started talking, started hearing all of my struggles, and he was like, "Oh, really? I didn't know." And I'm like, "I was telling you that you just were not hearing." And so I remember all of that. So let's leave that. But like all we have said, if you have a career already, maybe you are working in a bank, and you now have a baby and you have a dream, there are some things you may not be able to take up at your workplace so that you can be able to attend to your children. There was a day I went to the bank, a bank along Airport Road. I wanted to do something, and the lady nicely asked me that please I should go to the other counter, the other teller, and I wanted to raise eyebrow. Why are you telling me that? Because you're telling me to go and stand in another queue and go and stand. I now I just sort of discerned that she's rushing to go and pick her children from school. It was about 3:30, and it seemed like her boss had given her permission to go and do that. And so she nicely asked me, and I moved over. And so at that stage, now she's doing this work, but she also have the responsibility to go and take her children from school. Maybe she's going to keep them somewhere before she will close her up for the day and go back home. That's a woman who is on a career path and also doing her responsibility. But if you are a new person, I think that you should consider, like for me, I stayed at home and I sold a lot of things. I sold hair, I'm still selling. I made my business really full blown in 2020. I sell a lot. I do all those things. One thing that is not in my profile is that I run a cosmetics business, a beauty business. And so I do that. I sell hair, I sell makeup, I sell cream, I sell skincare, everything. I do that. And so I started with that. When I was not a ministry director, I couldn't go for certain field work on my social work days. There were some things I couldn't do at the time, but I had this. I was not even shooting you the live podcast. How are you going to set the camera? You have baby to take care of. And so as at that time, there were things that were just on my book. I remember I have a diary from 2016. One day I will read that diary to the world. They were in my book as dreams. Dreams. I wrote them. I legislated them in the place of prayer. I spoke about them. Sometimes I'm like, when is this going to happen? But most of them, I'm seeing them come to pass now. But I started with dream, just feeding the seed, pouring on it. But over time, when the time comes, when I have the release, you don't know what it means that when you have your last child, eventually join them in school. And by 4 p.m., thank God that they not made it 4 p.m. They can all go in the morning. Me, I used to leave my house 6:30. 6:30, I've left the house. I'll go and drop on. By 7, we are done with school runs. And that is the evening. I pack their food very well. I ensure that they are properly taken care of. When they come back, they meet food at home. And so you can have that time to yourself. So until you get to that place where you don't really have a child to handle, please do the little, like we have said. Be realistic with your dreams. Schedule. Do the little you can do for now. Do the little you can do for now. Be very realistic with where you are. Don't be under any pressure. You don't have anybody to impress. You don't have
Very
any
true.
point to prove. You don't have
Mm.
anybody. There were times that I felt like, so is this all my life now? I remember I used to, is this all I am? Yes, at that time you will feel that way. But now I'm looking at myself, I'm like, I really don't have it. There was something that happened. Okay, on Friday, we had all night in church, and it was supposed to start for 9 p.m. I just got up, I got ready, and I went to church. I told my children, hurry up, let's go, we're late. And I got to church, it was 8:13, 13 minutes past 8. I got to church, everywhere was closed. The guy that is supposed to even open church had not come. I'm like, my children were like, well, why did you now hurry us to leave the house now? So when I said it to my pastor, when I said to my pastor, I said, you don't have anything you are doing. That's why now. If you want to carry a baby bag, will you leave your house 8:13? I said, Pastor, look at me. So it is, there are different stages. There are different. I've gone through the very worst. So I understand how it can be at that level. You must be very
Mm.
realistic. Like I said, some of your goals may be at dream level for now, but never lose faith. It's going to come to pass. It will only take a
True.
while, but it will come to pass. Never lose faith. Keep writing it, keep legislating it in the place of prayer. Keep preparing yourself for it. This place I'm sitting down here talking now is where preparation meets opportunity. If you are prepared, then you can talk. When the opportunity comes, you are ready. But at that time, downtime is prep time. As at that time, I
Mm.
started reading. I started reading when I had a baby. I had a toddler and a baby. Juanita was 2 plus, and I had O'Neill. He was 1 month, 3 weeks when I started reading. I would wake up at night and I started studying, because all my vision then, everything, they were at seed form. They were all a dream. But I told myself I must sharpen this woman, I must develop her, I must cultivate her, I must grow her to be able to represent right when the time comes. So at this level, if you're starting, it is at seed level, leave it, but be doing the work that is the most important, your personal development, grow you, build you, develop you. But when that time comes, you will be amazed how high and fast you will fly, because you have been doing the work privately. Growth is always in the dark. It's
Good.
always in the dark. I can talk, sha.
Yes,
Come on now,
oh.
oh, Kevu. Aya.
The good thing about the talk is that the talk is making sense. Some people can
Abi.
just talk and you don't know what this person is saying. But when people talk, and what they are saying is you are hitting the nail on the head, you are hitting the target, and people are getting something. Then it's good to talk. Somebody was saying, please
Yes.
continue. And my mind, please continue, Abi. We should
Please
just
continue.
continue.
Báwo.
It's so good. Thank you, Pastor Joey. Before you go, I'm going to emphasize on something you said. It's so important that one of the ways we can easily learn to juggle the balls is when the two persons involved in the marriage, the father, the mother,
Yeah.
must learn to understand. There must be cooperation.
Yeah.
It's so
Yes.
important so that one person is not carrying the entire burden and load of parenting, and the other person is just working free. So there must be
Yeah.
understanding. It's very important, and most times it's so critical, especially for new parents, because, like you said, it's very difficult for the woman to walk away because you can't
Yeah,
leave the
so
baby. But the man gets tired. The man can get tired of the cry and say, "Please, I'm coming first."
I'm
So he
coming.
can
I
get tired
move.
of the prayer and dump the baby and go to here. So it's very important that there's understanding, and both of you are
Yeah.
working together. There was a conversation we had that we talked about. It takes two to parents, and it's very
Yes.
important. It takes the
Yes.
father, it takes the mother. So for you
Ah.
to be able to juggle the balls, there must be understanding. There must be empathy.
Mm.
You must be able to put yourself in
Empathy.
that person's shoes. It's so
Yeah.
important. So let us find a way. Communication is key. Set your
Yes.
goals together. Prioritize together. The mother should not be facing where the father is facing where everybody just meet somewhere. No, it doesn't
Ah.
work like that. This conversation has been amazing. It has been amazing. This year has been back to back amazing conversation. But this one, oh my father. See, we're already after eight. After eight. Pastor Joe, we see what you have done to us. But we are excited. And I want to say thank you so much. There's so
You're
many things on
welcome,
the
Mama.
comments right now. So many things. The good thing is that you can go back and listen to the conversation. It's on our Facebook page. And there are a lot of comments there. People are so wowed. So many things going. Wow. Pastor Joe, you have done something here. Many things you have done. Somebody said something that, I've never attended any of my parents, my child's activity in school. So I will have to adjust. Something has
Yeah.
struck a chord in that person. So it's so important. So thank you so much, Pastor Joey, for joining us today, the lead
You're
woman.
welcome,
And we
Mama.
actually had a podcast and with you, the Yielded Live podcast. Now, what we're going to do
Yeah.
after the conversation, we'll get your social media handle, we get your YouTube and everything. We're going to put it on our
Okay.
page so that anybody that needs
Okay.
to follow you can follow you. Anybody that needs to reach out to you
Oh,
can reach out to you
okay.
because we
Oh,
talk about
thank you so
everything
much.
is just in one sitting. So thank you so
Yeah,
much. We
yeah.
appreciate
Thank
you. Thank you for
you.
being real with us
Thank
and
you
for
for
sharing
having
personal
me.
experiences. Thank you so
Thank you for
much.
having me. I love you. Oh, mwah, mwah, mwah.
I love
Thank
you too.
you.
Regards to the family. Bye for now. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we have had an amazing conversation today, and I believe everybody is excited. Those that stayed on this stream, those that watch it, I know everybody's excited. Thank you so much. You said downtime is prep time, so you're not wasting time. Don't feel that God, I'm not achieving anything. See my life like this. There was a time I used to feel like that, but gradually I don't beat myself too hard these days. They're like, you're trying, you're doing something. But like you said, seeds. You're planting a seed. Let it grow, nurture it with time it will blossom. So it's very important. Put everything we have talked about, try to factor them into your reality. And even as the Lord opens you up to more strategies, you begin to do a lot with the time you have, the 24 hours you have. It's so important. Now, I believe that a lot of us have been following us on SOP for years, and you have had things working for you based on the things you have learned on our conversations. Share your testimonies. Share your wins with us. Let it look like what we are doing here is making sense. Let us hear from you. It's so important. Send me a DM, drop a comment on our Facebook page, send us a mail. Now, our email address will be dropped on the comment section. Is sopimpact@gmail.com. Let us know that what we're doing here is making sense and is helping you in your parenting journey. It gives a lot of motivation. So please do the wins you're having. If you're having challenges, do not feel. Reach out to us. We have a lot of professionals around us that can attend to issues. You're having issues, send a DM, send a mail. It's very important. You can even send a WhatsApp message. You can private chat me. It's very important we do these things. So I believe we've had an amazing conversation. I talked about our next month's conversation, which is going to be happening live on May 26th, 2025. I'm going to be talking about burnout. It's going to be a continuation of this conversation. You don't want to miss that conversation. And please, let's spread the word to our friends and our family so that they can connect with us. SOP Online Conversation holds every last Monday of the month. So spread the word. If you are being impacted, spread the word. Now, I'm going to end with this quote by Mora. It's a long name by Mora Mikola Jesak. Yes. Now, what did this person say? He said, being a perfect parent is impossible. And attempting to be one can lead to exhaustion. Our research suggests that whatever allows parents to recharge their batteries to avoid exhaustion is good for children. There is no perfect parent anywhere. You need to recharge yourself. Pastor Joey Bekewei talk about it. You need to refill yourself because until you refill yourself, you can't give out stuff. So it's very important. Refill your emotional bank account, refill your energy bank account, refill your physical bank account, your financial background. Refill, keep refilling so that it makes you to become a better parent. So it's a lovely conversation we have had today, but I believe everyone has learned something. Like I will always say, spend time with your family. In juggling the balls, do not neglect family time. Sometimes it's not necessarily about the quantity, but the quality. So when we meet your family, be present, make it count. I will always say the memories you create with them are the things that you will have that will remain even when they've left your house. Like I will always say in our conversations, the quote by Ziegler, love is spelled time to a child and even to your spouse. Every spouse wants time. So give time to your family, spend time to your family. Remember, you're a steward and you don't own your child. God has entrusted you with them. and you need to be responsible. You need to be a responsible parent because we all will give an account. So thank you for joining us on SOP School of Parenting Online Conversation today. It has been an amazing conversation. Look forward to seeing you in the next conversation, May 26th, when we're going to be talking about burnout. So thank you. It's bye for now. Shout out to every one of you that have been in the conversation. There's no time to keep mentioning name now, but I love you all. See you in the next conversation. Bye.